Well, we are miceless today on this very, very windy day. Stuart, we have wind gusts between 40 and 45 miles an hour.
Yep.
It's not really that cold. It's in the 60s, but nevertheless, I haven't done a Wednesday walkabout for a while. So this is going to be kind of an ugly Wednesday walkabout because of a lot of things having to be put up and out of pocket because of something you're all familiar with, and that is that brutal Arctic front that came through. And here's my question of the day. Please let me know if it really dramatically affected you, because it was just countrywide. I can't imagine those of you in Buffalo, New York, dealing with all of that snow. My heart goes out to you. And even though the weather here hasn't been great, it's nothing like so many parts of the country. So that's my question of the day. Tell me what is going on in your neck of the woods. Now for kind of, I think the next thing I wanted to explain to you, this is just all a mess now. I'll be removing all of these berries, all of this foliage, because it has been so dry and so windy that it just looks pretty awful, quite frankly. And I never want you guys to think that things always look good around here and orderly. So I'm showing you all my uglies today. All of this will be removed. These are all here cloistered together because they were trying to protect one another from the cold. And not only that, but they're very, very dry right now. So of course the last thing I want to do is have to get my hose out today and tomorrow, Stuart, but I'm going to have to.
Oh, wow.
Because these things have been so desiccated by the winds, and they really are probably kind of traumatized from that Arctic blast. Fortunately, I think most of this stuff, though, has made it, even though they have been a little bit brutalized and beaten up. And if you look in the front yard, Stuart, if you don't mind just doing a slow pan, you can see here that a lot of this stuff, these nandinas and a lot of things, have terrible winter burn, but that's an easy fix. I'll just have to clip that back, and once spring arrives, it will be an easy refresh. You can see, and sorry, we don't have the mics right now.
It's pointed at you.
Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah,
the stand of hellebores over there, you can see that they were evergreen for a while and looked pretty fresh, but now they are very, very tired, and that will be one of the first things that I do in the winter, is to cut back that stand of hellebore. And I can also see some of the azaleas over there. They have some winter burn from both the extreme cold and from the wind. So lots will be going on here. Mostly right now, I'm just trying to maintain the status quo because we have more cold weather ahead, and I just want it to look a little bit more presentable. So the urns will go back in place, and at least for a couple of weeks, I hope we won't have those kind of Arctic temperatures again. Once the wind dies down, I will probably actually turn the sprinkler system on in the front so things can get some much needed moisture, and then of course I will turn that off again. Boy, Stuart, can you really hear? Feel?
They can see.
Yes. I tell you, it's not so bad now because the temperatures aren't brutal, but boy, when we had these
No, it was the other
high
day. It was different.
and hovering near zero temperatures, it was really awful. So I just wanted to do a Wednesday walkabout because I hadn't done that for a while, but things are still kind of hanging in there. And most importantly, this is, if there's any one lesson I want to stress, it is the crucial importance and the imperative of planting lots of evergreens, because it is what's holding all of this together right now. Anything that is deciduous like that viburnum there, I mean, it's one thing when they're dusted with snow and the sky is beautiful and it's not too windy, then they have a certain kind of rustic austerity that looks beautiful against the winter sky. But right now, they're just, anything deciduous is just kind of trapping leaves. Because they've lost their leaves, and then all of the other leaves from the trees are just blowing into them. So they're leaf catchers right now. So that's kind of what's going on here in the front yard, and I will be more more than ready to tackle these pots and tackle some new projects in the spring, but obviously now is not the time. We haven't even hit January 1 yet. Let's go to the back, Stuart. Well, same thing in the back, and right now it's so chaotic. I've got some electricians here who are doing some work. We had to move so many of the outdoor boxwood topiaries and things to put them in a location where they would be a little bit more protected. And so if some of these areas, the steps and things look a bit barren, that is why, because we've had to move so many things. Unbelievably, I haven't removed those candlesticks, Stuart, and look, they haven't even blown over.
That is pretty crazy.
I'm not sure what that's all
I saw,
about.
was it a swing? Somebody's porch swing blown over earlier.
Oh, I know.
The candles didn't blow over.
I know,
That's crazy.
and they blew over, about knocked over a brick fence that was next to it. So there's a lot of that stuff going on, and we just have to. That's, we sometimes think about being safe outdoors when it's extremely cold, and again, so many people have even perished in this horrific winter front that's come through, Stuart.
New York got it bad.
And our hearts and prayers really. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody who is suffering from it. But it's not just extreme cold, extreme snow, extreme ice, but it's also things like extreme wind. If you're frail at all, these wind gusts can knock you over. And so you really need to be careful as you're out and about, particularly if like I say, you're frail and a little bit more petite. Sadly, I have lost some of my myrrh topiaries that were outside in the office for a number of different reasons. Part of it is my own bad because I just got so busy and things have all been shuffled around, so I lost a few of them, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. I'm not beating myself up, Stuart. That is, good. I think that's a good New Year's resolution for all of us, is give ourselves a break and not beat yourself up too much about something that your immediate response is to be hard on yourself. And I'm going to try to be better about that, because if I'm not hard on myself, then I can be hard on Stuart. Stuart, notice I didn't say anything about not being hard on you.
No, I know.
No, you guys think that I'm really hard on Stuart, but actually I'm.
And she's not wrong. It's matched off camera.
This is very, very true. Same thing out here. I'm surprised actually that the boxwood and the protege doesn't look more beaten up than it does, because we've had some ice and things on it. And really a quick snip and nip in the spring will really bring this out, and it will freshen up with new foliage. Now, one thing, someone was asking me about how do you feed boxwood and feed wintergreen boxwood. Well, it actually doesn't want anything that's really acidic. It just wants a balanced fertilizer. So this will get a balanced granular fertilizer in the spring. And I haven't been back here in a while, Stuart, with the frivolity of the holidays, and lots of stuff is looking pretty ragged back here. But
to be expected, right?
To be expected.
That's what it's all about.
Also,
coming your way slowly. Hold on.
okay. Yeah, do that slow down.
That was only kind of slow.
Yeah, importance of evergreens. And here, look at how pretty I just love the architecture of this viburnum, don't you, Stuart?
It's my favorite thing in the world.
It's your favorite thing. So that brings me to a little heads up, because we've got some big news this weekend, don't we, Stuart?
That's an understatement.
Yeah, we've got some big news this weekend. It's a big project that I have been working on. I cannot wait to tell you about it. And that is going to be revealed in kind of our New Year's special. Will it be on New Year's Day, Stuart?
What day is New Year's Day?
Sunday.
Then I think so.
I think it will be revealed. So you want to make sure that you are first to hear the big news. So if you are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that notifications button so you will get the news first. And I get such a kick out of it when sometimes people respond with comments and say first.
Yeah, they're kind of,
yeah. So if you've got
it's
a
so fun to
competitive,
watch.
Yeah, if you've got a
Keep it
competitive
going.
spirit, then definitely make sure that you've got your notifications on. One final thing, and that is, There is no way that I could have gone through individually and read all of the notes, the cards, the gifts, the messages, the handwritten letters that you all have sent to Stuart and me over the holidays. I cannot tell you how much it means to me, especially those that take the time when you're going through your own struggles. And you are so sweet to say that just in some small way, Stuart and I,
Yes, what I was about to say.
and our channel have helped you make it through some hard times. You know, it's so cliche for us to say that we're humbled. But I really can't tell you, when we started doing these videos,
There's few other words to describe it. Yeah.
I know, we had no idea that it would resonate so, and that it would make some people feel not only part of something, but also maybe just a little less lonely, or something that they can keep on in the background, which is one of the reasons that over the holidays we've been putting up some of these long 2 and 3 hour retrospectives.
And everyone responded so
Yeah,
well
you
to
guys
them. It's like,
apparently
okay, we'll do it.
really like them, because as I said, I've got a couple of really large projects going on, so I didn't have the bandwidth for Stuart and I to do just a lot of creating new videos. But we promise to make it up in 2023.
Oh,
do
yeah.
we not,
It's gonna be a
Stuart?
big year.
It's going to be a big year on so many different levels. So thank you so much. This is my belated video holiday greeting to all of you post-Christmas but pre-New Year's. So please make sure to really get in the right frame of mind going into 2023. I'm working on my own attitude adjustment to be more positive in the future, and I hope you do too. Stuart, do you have your resolutions?
I mean, mine are
All
kind of
mapped
the same
out?
every year.
Kind of the same every year?
I'm just looking out for happiness. That's about it.
I think that's probably first and foremost.
Happiness without the expense of anyone else.
Yes, that's absolutely true. So so on that note, we wish you all of the happiness and warmth for this holiday season, and we will see you on New Year's Day with our big announcement.